Thank you, Ingrid, for being with us today at the Troche Center. Ingrid, I've known Ingrid for about a long time.
Yeah,
Since high school. Um, we've been involved in DECA together, and I'm just going to let you introduce yourself first before we get started.
Yeah, so as Marcel said, my name is Ingrid. I'm an accounting major at UNLV with a minor in global entrepreneurship. So I'm a part of the Global Entrepreneurship Experience program that Dr. Runch coordinates at UNLV.
So our first question today is, how have you been with the online transition?
It's been a bit difficult in the sense that, for example, my major and a lot of other majors, the exams or certain things like that, like for example, counting, you need to draw things out, you need to calculate things and show your work and things like that. So with regards to that, like getting used to new strategies of how to take exams and multiple choice format and things like that's been a little bit different of getting used to. However, I think our faculty and staff, like our professors, have been doing a great job at like understanding us, seeing where we're coming from, giving us all the materials that we need in order to do well and succeed and finish out the year, because they understand that it's difficult. It's something we're not used to, and certainly for a lot of them, none of them have ever taught online, so it's something new for them as well.
Definitely. Have you found any tips that are like helpful for you in taking exams?
Tips helpful for me, perhaps reading the content more carefully, taking the time to do the homework more thoroughly, and actually absorbing everything. That's been helpful for me.
Okay, perfect. How have you been keeping busy during this time?
I think like many other people, like working out definitely has been helpful. Trying to go on short runs and things like that. Other things that have helped me, also like a lot of people, baking. I had never baked in my life. I mean, I didn't really even know how to use the oven until this pandemic. So baking has been really fun. Making my own desserts at home. And then other than that, having like virtual game nights with friends and things like that. That's also been real fun. And that's kind of how I've been kept busy.
That's really great. Yeah, I've been baking a lot too. I think it's just a thing. We could bake together. But I think an interesting question I would ask next would be, how has entrepreneurship impacted your accounting degree, like in doing it together, coinciding throughout your college career?
That's a great question. So I think entrepreneurship is very different than accounting in the sense that entrepreneur takes risks. Entrepreneurship, is the person that sees the things in the future and what could potentially happen, while accounting is a very conservative degree. It's more conservative of like what could happen now, what we need to do now. However, entrepreneurship has allowed me to think outside the box, see things beyond the numbers presented in front, which I mean, of course, is important, but it's also important to think about the potential that could happen, taking that extra risk to see what could be. And last summer, I competed in the IMA national competition, which is an Institute of Management Accountants. Run this competition every year, and it's a student case competition where you're in a team and you compete basically to solve the case. Now, what really helped me, aside from all things, was my entrepreneurship minor. Thinking outside the box and thinking logically with that, because the case was about a woman who had a business. Her books weren't looking that great. She wasn't making that much money. But essentially, instead of being her accountants, we decided to be her consultant and seeing how she could grow her business, how she can become, better the future. So it really came in handy. Like entrepreneurship came in such handy there. And you could see there that it's really helpful, especially going into the accounting industry. Like you need to have basic knowledge of the business concepts, not just the numbers, but also being able, to advise your clients in the future. So, yeah.
Definitely. Well, thank you for that. Our last question, and kind of leading off based off your last one, is you recently started a UNLV IMA chapter. Do you want to share a little bit more about how to get involved?
Yeah, of course. So, IMA, my husband and I actually started this chapter, Alex, as a way to help students get more professional opportunities as well as leadership opportunities. The way in which all members are welcome, regardless of their what grade they're in, if they're freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors, and the way in which they join is basically, we've been doing a lot of classroom presentations so on first 2 weeks of school, but it's just, paying their membership and then being enrolled in a minimum of 6 credits. So as long as they're enrolled in a minimum of 6 credits, then they're able to become a part of IMA. Now, throughout the semester, we have a lot of different events, from professional events, socials. We had a Valentine's Day social. That was our last social before campus was closed down. We also have service events with our community partners like Opportunity Village, the Public Education Foundation, Spread the Word Nevada, and so on. So it's a variety of things that students can get involved with, but of course the main thing is the professional opportunities, especially in a career field like business. That's important, networking and getting your brand out there and being seen by potential employers. That's definitely important, which is why, I encourage a lot of students to get involved, because it is a competitive field, especially here in Las Vegas. It's pretty competitive. So being able to, have your employer look at you before you come into the interview, like, that's a big plus.
Right. Well, that's amazing. Congratulations on you and Alex's accomplishments. Those are all the questions we have. So I'm going to say thank you, stay safe, and we'll definitely bake together soon.
Yeah, of course. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.